Welcome in to another wonderful episode of the Ballinesian podcast here on the
Ah,
Polytickin network. A bunch of losers. That's
amen.
what we're talking about this week.
Speak for yourself, man. I look for the good in every loss.
Oh, right. Trade Gino. Get a new coach. Hey,
Oh
Tom
man.
Brady, come on down for the stands.
Hey, stop talking about my coach like that, okay?
And you're a minority owner. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are here every Wednesday on the Polytickin Network. Samoans talking about sports, a Charger and a Raider fan, going to be breaking down the latest in the NFL this week, including the Chargers letting Commanders and Jaden Daniels win one in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium.
Oh, they let them off.
Most of the Raiders traveling to Indianapolis for a turnover-filled loss. What's going on with Geno? What can we look for with the Raiders? And a bunch of the other West Coast teams, Rams, Niners, Seahawks. We'll get into those guys and what happened in Week 5 of the NFL season, as well. Looking forward to a couple of games from Week 6. No more undefeateds. Both of those teams lost. The 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles lost to the Broncos, and the 4-0 Buffalo Bills lost to the New England Patriots.
Patriots. But
Yeah.
there is a winless team in New York. So
The 0-5 Jets. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, remember, bye weeks are happening. What else is going on? Fantasy football. Lots of stuff happening. This is the time of the season. Do you feel like you got a hold on this year? What this year is going to be
not at
for
all.
the league or for your
I
team? You're like, I hope this is not our
no.
story.
I never do. I never do. Not for the past few seasons. Man.
Yeah, walk us through what happened. The
We
Raiders
lost.
lost to
We
the
lost.
Colts.
That's what happened. We
What's
lost
what's
bad.
going on with Jermaine Pratt? You guys released a starting linebacker who didn't travel with the team. Is
Hey,
there
look,
is there trouble in Sin City in the locker room at Allegiant? What's going
if you don't want to be part of this team, we don't need you to be part of it. No, just joking. I have
on?
no idea what's going on. Just kidding, Jermaine Pratt. I'm pretty sure you got some issues going on, and if it's with the team, I'm sorry. Uh,
Well, yeah, it looked like they were button heads, right? Because we watched the video of Pete Carroll answering why Jermaine Pratt was let go, and he was
no,
like,
he
"We
didn't answer. He
decided to go,
deflected.
yeah, we
He
decided to go in
deflected,
a different direction," and then
and
moved
that's
on
all
to
he
the
said.
next
Yeah,
question.
moved on to the
So
next
what's
question. So it just seems I don't know. There's no real like before the game, even like they didn't put it down as a healthy scratch or anything. The only report that came out was that they released Jermaine Pratt. He didn't travel with the team, and then they ended up releasing him, like or at least announcing that they released him after the game.
mm,
And they did say it was a non-health issue. So when people like I get it, if he was hurt, like even like so Christian Wilkins, yes, there was some weird shit that happened that ended up getting him. But the real issue was his injury
magic
because he's still
ball?
injured. He didn't want to get, see, people are not like, damn, why didn't he get signed? Because he was injured and people don't want to sign him because they don't believe he can play it. He
Mm,
does, but I think the issue of why Christian Wilkins isn't signed yet is an injury issue still at the very top. But for Jermaine Pratt,
gotcha.
there was no, he was starting. He was
Mm.
actually decent. And then we didn't see him this Sunday, and then they said he was released, and that's all the information they're giving. So,
Do you think Jermaine Pratt missing from this game is the reason why it ended the way it did,
no,
or
there's a
that's
lot of more
more
issues than there's a ton of more
Geno's
issues than that.
turnovers?
Gino's turnovers, again, the defense's inefficiency to stop like third downs, passing downs. Just there was a lot of times where it looked like they could have. Some special teams was also very crappy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much that was going on in there. But also, you could see that the line wasn't too bad when they were running the ball because I think Genty only had 14 carries and ended up with about 64 yards. It's a pretty good average. Maybe they should have kept handing him the ball, but once you get down late in the game, everybody knows that you're trying to catch up, so you're going to start passing more. The
He
offensive line for sure. Go ahead.
Genty led the Raiders on Sunday in targets with 7.
There you go.
So
See,
his total yardage was 109 total yards. with
That's
on
good,
5
man.
catches, 14 carries. That's
But
good.
also,
Yeah.
good. Yes, good because Genty looks like the guy that uh Ryan Clark said he wasn't. So, um,
There you go.
but you don't ever want to see your running back as the top target from your quarterback because that
True.
means he can't get to his
Well,
receivers or the receivers are getting open. They did also not have Brock Bowers in the lineup.
yeah, right.
That
And
helps a
then
lot.
they had 3 other receivers that had 6 targets. So just trailing Jetty, 6 to Trey Tucker, 6 to Albert 6 to Jacoby Myers. Okay. And then 7 to Ashton Jetty. So
Yeah.
they spread it out. But you
I
think
mean, what's his name had an all right game. He had some pretty good catches out there. Tucker.
Trey
There's
Tucker?
yeah,
Hey, they're going
yeah,
to Trey Tucker a lot.
they are. He gets open. He's a smaller guy. He plays in the slot. He can play outside, but he also is very fast. One of the fastest guys in the team, if not the fastest. So, and when you got guys like Jacoby Meyer, of course, you're gonna, as a defense, you're gonna concentrate on more Jacoby Meyer and Brock Bowers, who again didn't play. Mike Mayer wasn't on the field either, so that's why they had
Yeah.
O out there playing tight end. He got a few catches as well, but I think as right now as a team, they I've heard it once, and then I also think so. They don't have an identity at the moment. They don't know who they are on the field, and that's causing a lot of problems. Because a lot of teams come out like at least the Chargers. Once you had Greg Roman come in, you knew that they were going to play running football, smash mouth football. They're going to try and run as much as they can, uh, take advantage of the play action with Herbert, who's a great quarterback, and then take their shots when they can. But running was going to be what they were going to do on offense. When the Raiders signed Genty, I think a lot of people also thought that was going to be it. They signed, um, the veteran from Miami, who was pretty good for Miami. I'm sorry, I'm blanking. What's his name? Uh, anyway, our backup running back, he's pretty
Oh,
good.
Mostert.
Yeah, sorry, Raheem. They signed Mostert. They kept Zeus, so it looked like they had a three stable running back group that
Mm,
looked like they were just gonna like kind of go after it. And they got Gino, and I think Gino's good too. But I also think he's getting the system where he doesn't have to throw all the time, or come from behind and try to get the team, put the team on the shoulders and win it all the time. So, and
yeah.
that's no excuse for the interceptions he's thrown because he made some excuses for them during the press conference. So, which is funny. Uh, yeah, some of those throws were bad, and then one of them was tipped interception. The other one, it was just like, bro, where are you throwing to? It's a lot of issues. They do have Colton Miller missing from the O line, and then defense again. Just they are so young in the defensive backfield that they've got guys who show flashes of play. No real star back
Mhm.
there. No guy to lock one side down. Stokes was out of this game. He was hurt. He's a former first round that they thought was going to come in and be that guy for them. They got Darian Porter, who's shown flashes as well, but hasn't gotten there enough. Now he's in there now because of the injuries. They did trade away Jacorian Bennett, who, by the way, isn't playing right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's on IR.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, I mean, yeah,
Jeremy
Polamalu,
Chin leads the game in tackles at 10. Isaiah Polamau with
yeah.
5 right
So
behind
those
him.
two are good. They can tackle. They play in the box very well. Coverage wise, they're not great. They're not bad, but they're not great. One of the touchdowns was in the back of the end zone, and you see the guy catch the ball, and then you'll see pull him out like flash, like as he's catching the ball, pull him out running the mid. I was like, bro, come on, man, he ran right past you.
Jonah Laulu with the tackle for loss, quarterback hit.
Their
Nice.
D line, their D lines, they're decent, man. Shout out to Max
Okay.
Crosby, man, just playing his heart out like he does every year. And again, you know what? We're done with this. Indy's done. We lost. It was a bad loss. They were bad at every level of the game, every phase,
Mhm.
offense, defense, and special teams. They
Is
got to
this
move on now.
I mean, yeah, right, like short-term memory, get
Right,
this out, new
right.
season, start 1-0. Do you think this game is just like a hiccup or possibly kind of the stumbling stone, because we talked about, you know, the game versus Chicago being kind of the possible early turning point for the Raiders, whether
Yeah.
it's going to be like a playoff season or a kind of temper expectation season. Now this game versus Indianapolis, who, you know, 4-1 and was one of the undefeated teams until last week. Do you think this was just a tough game versus a tough team, or possibly, you know, the Raiders kind of chilling out from the playoff picture this year?
I think if you're a fan, you got to temper your expectations because their O line still needs to get better, and that's going to be
Yeah.
a hard thing to do during the season to try and go out and get guys. You are going to have to move some pieces, and that's also because I don't ever want to take anything away from a team like Indy, who's been playing really good this season. You know, people kind of put
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones on the back burner and was like, man, this guy, like, thank God the Giants got rid of him. And people have also been saying Jones has been a really good quarterback right now as a starter. Uh, Baker's having like an MVP season out in Tampa. Darnold's having a great season in Seattle. That's just three quarterbacks right now that switch teams, and people were like, they're going to be mediocre. Well, they've gone to teams now that have, I guess, developing them or like are more geared towards the way they play, and they're playing really, really good. So coaching does matter. People think that sometimes in the pros, guys go to teams and they're just like they just need guys to go somewhere where a coach can like take care of their ego. But that's not what it is. Guys still need to be coached. And I think that's what's happening in the NFL right now. Like all these guys who people thought were like just bench players or like weren't going to be anything where they went now, they're getting coaching where it's actual quality coaching that they needed. So, and I
Yeah.
think Pete Carroll needs that time. I don't think,
Time. Yeah.
yeah, I think Carroll needs that time for to implicate everything that he needs to with the Raiders. And I think the Colts were a great team, and I think the Raiders just got beat. But I think that the rest of their season might not be playoff worthy, but I do think they can fix things for next season. Yeah,
Readjusting your expectations to be
right,
like Super Bowl to like, oh, we can get so much better as a
right.
foundation for the future. The
Yeah,
next 5 games for the Raiders, you get Tennessee, who should be a win. They just won their first game off some crazy stuff. You have to travel to Arrowhead to play Kansas City. You get the Jaguars, who just beat the Chiefs at home, and then you have a short week, Thursday night football in Denver, and then Monday night football the week after, hosting Dallas. So
tough game still. I mean, even
tough
Tennessee,
games, but still winnable. But
right, winnable.
it could, if things, you know, snowball badly, it could be like, okay, yeah, let's just get better, get ready for next season.
I'd like them to see. I'd like to see them get Genty ready for next season and try to surround him.
Nice. Well,
I mean, and
yes,
just
I was
like
gonna
you know,
say, not the coaching up Genty so much as like getting him the
no,
pieces in
yeah,
front of him to freaking
yeah,
spring
to
him to the
go out and
line.
go. Also, if push comes to shove, maybe do Max Crosby a solid. Send them over to a uh playoff worthy team, you know,
Oh, trick.
and I think the Raiders it'd have to be something like three first round picks, not in the same season maybe, but it'd have
Micah
to be a big
Parsons
haul.
was traded for 2 first-round picks.
I think Max Crosby is better than Michael Parsons. Just
You could argue
and
that.
talent wise, I know Michael Parsons is like pure talent. Michael Parsons, there might not be another defender out there, pure talent wise, better than Michael Parsons. But the way Max Crosby plays, his attitude that he brings to the game, he's so relentless. And when he's out there, he doesn't take any plays off. And I think that's what makes him a better player. And I think that's what makes him a little bit more worthy of 3 picks than Parsons was. So, but 2 picks also is a great haul. You know what I mean?
You could argue that Jerry Jones did not get as much, you know, as he should have, right? For
For
one of the
sure.
best,
Yeah,
guy that Michael Parsons, all pro the first 4 years, you know, got like 10 sacks the first 4 years. Uh, Max Crosby also super effective, a game wrecker, a game changer.
definitely.
So yeah, you could probably get three for him. And then that's also helping the Raiders build out the future while
Build out the
also
future.
giving,
Giving
someone
Max
who was
Crosby. Yeah,
loyal. I
man.
mean, they signed him to a big contract extension recently,
For
right?
sure, for sure. A big extension. He agreed to it. He had some talk about wanting to leave in free agency. Like, of course he does. He's been there for a long time. Just he's endured tough seasons, and then maybe he thought about it. Then they gave him hope again, and he's always been a Raider though, even through the losses. Even when it felt like he shouldn't be there anymore, he was always still a Raider. He was still loyal. As long as he's a Raider, as long as he's wearing that jersey, he's never really like badmouth the Raiders or said anything bad or like just giving up. So always try to push. So I think he deserves a chance to win somewhere. So yeah, man. Max Crosby, and then maybe it's time if I don't know if they can get anything for Colton Miller anymore now that he's injured, but there's got to be some moves made before next season. So we'll see, man. I'm still optimistic that they can have a good season. I'm not too sure about a playoff appearance, but uh, I'd love to see 8 wins, man. Eight, I think would be great for them right now. So yeah,
Uh, have you ever gotten back with an ex?
nah, man, because they've never wanted me back.
uh, the Chargers are re-signing Naheem Hines, who they kicked to the curb after he
Oh,
fumbled some kickoffs.
hey, look, that's what I'm saying though. He fumbled him though, so when he got the call, he was probably like, "Oh fuck yeah!"
He fumbled it away. The Chargers have placed running back Omarion Hampton on injured reserve. He will be missing at least the next 4 games due to an ankle injury. I
That's
want
tough, man.
right,
I have
right,
a
right,
story. I have a
right,
story for you
right,
that's
right.
connected to that, bro.
Tell me your story, dog.
So, I'm in this fantasy football league, right? And I'm with this Charger fan. I drafted Omarion Hampton before me because I didn't have a first round pick. I kept Saquon Barkley. We have a keeper league. Saquon Barkley was my first round pick, so I kept him, skipped my first round pick, and I picked up Omarion Hampton. I think in the third, if I can
Second.
remember right. Second round, okay. This Charger fan, picked up Genty in the first. Uh, and so like the season's going on, and he wants to change up his lineup. So he throws me a trade at first involving Hampton and Genty, and I tell him, look, how about I just trade you straight up for Genty, and I'll give you Hampton. He was like, bet. So now I get to cheer for a Charger, and I get to see him, like play out. And then lo and behold, the week after the trade, he's out for a few
Of
games.
the trade.
Oh, my bad. And then you sound like you're a part of this story.
It's so refreshing to hear the other side of this. I was like, I've been trying to give you your running back for my running back
Oh
for a
man.
while. I was like, come on, I'll take Hampton, you take Genty. And you were like, nah. But
Oh
anyway,
man. And look, I got Genty as he's now kind of picking up the pace to his plate. Which again, I'm blessed because I really didn't even when like we were trading, I was still like on the fence about trading Hampton
oh,
because I believe he's gonna be a really good running back. Not that I don't believe Genty is, but I think Hampton's gonna have like this season I thought he was gonna have like the better opportunity to be a better back just because also I didn't know that both your starting tackles were gonna go down so early. But
right,
that does make a difference. And your starting left tackle or left guard, is it?
right guard.
Right guard. So like all of those
Huh,
things,
huh.
barring all of those things, I was like, no, this was a money decision. And I was like, Hampton's probably gonna have better scoring than Genty. And then I was like, you know what?
Nice,
I want
nice.
to
I
cheer
like
for
that. I
Genty.
like that putting the money
Yeah,
ahead of the emotions the
for
fan base.
sure. And it doesn't happen often because I love my Raiders, man.
So what
Uh,
made you change your mind?
I love you more, man. That's why.
Shut up.
And then Genty had 160 yards. And I was like, hey,
Yo, I thought that was gonna be like the pop that ended it. I was like, whoa, this is gonna be the time. Let me get my running back. You take this guy who just had 3 touchdowns, fool. Come and get him. 2 touchdowns, whatever, 150, 60 yards. It was perfect. And then I thought about it in the trades processing, right? And I'm like, wait, I don't have an offensive line for my team. my team is out left tackle, all pro Rashawn Slater. My team is out right tackle,
Oh,
pro bowler Joe Alt. My team is out newly signed right guard starter Mekhi Becton. We're starting Jamari Salyer. We're starting Austin Deculus.
oh, you're
We're
out Pipkins too.
Trey Pipkins is out.
Trey
He gets
Pipkins is
hurt.
out.
Mekhi Becton concussion from last week, feeling the effects. I think we had like 30 penalties, 25 to 30 penalties in the last 2 weeks because off starts, lining up wrong. Very frustrating to see like these games, especially versus the Giants and versus a hurt Jaden Daniels, returning, traveling on the road
Yeah,
and
yeah.
as a visitor coming to Los Angeles. The Chargers' next 4 games are at Miami, home versus the Colts, home versus the Vikings, and at Tennessee. So right now the Chargers are 3-2. They are banged up. I don't know what you can do on offense. You definitely can't pass. So and the Chargers also have been leading the league in first and the throw rate on first and second down. This is not something that Greg Roman usually do. Like usually we're thinking Jim Harbaugh, Greg Roman, run the ball, run the
Yeah.
rock, just stuff it down to people's throat, enforce your will upon the defense. Usually Greg Roman over like his first 12 seasons was 50% right down the middle as like a run call versus pass call, right? And that leads the league. Usually it skews towards the pass. This year, it's above 61%. It's almost 64% that the Chargers are throwing the ball and they're just putting the ball into Herbert's hands. They're like, we don't have even an Austin Eckler or a Melvin Gordon or a Ryan Matthews or a LaDainian Tomlinson to like be an electric ball carrier. We have Omarion Hampton, but he still needs to grow. So they were just like, okay, we're going to be more of a passing team. You could argue that because they're being more passing, they're losing games that they should have won. But also, you're expecting Herbert to be the guy. You're expecting Herbert to, win you these games. But at New York Giants, I don't care who's playing quarterback for you. That's a W. It's not. Lost 21-18. Up 10-0 versus the Washington Commanders, visiting from across the country. 27 straight points to lose 27-10. And it's just the offensive line getting battered, Herbert getting pressured, Herbert getting heated up, Herbert getting hit, getting sacked. Also, there's like a stat that like Josh Allen has been pressured like 80 times in like his last season total to show how good that their offensive line was. Justin Herbert has already been pressured 80 times in the first 5 weeks. Like we're not even a third of the way through the season. Yeah, Josh Allen was pressured 80 times total in 2024. Over the last 3 games, just the last 3 games since the Chargers offensive line issues have been happening, he's been pressured even more, getting hit more. So I understand that why things look bad, but
how much pressure of that is from his girlfriend, though?
Yo, I have a bad feeling about this Madison Beer relationship, and I would like to state it right now.
I think I've seen more pictures of him and Madison Beer on the sideline than I've seen highlights of him throwing the ball. I'm not saying he hasn't been doing great, but like that,
No, yeah.
I'd hate that if I was Herbert, I'd hate to have that coverage more than the positive things that I'm doing on the field, which is crazy because, like you just said, there's a lot of offensive line like deficiency going on, and that does lead to defensive deficiency. But how much of the losing is the defense's fault? Because Herbert can't defend. He can't go out there and sack a quarterback, can't intercept passes. And I'm not saying on offense it's all Herbert's fault too, because I feel bad for the kid, man. Another season having to do things on his own again. Without even if he had an O line, that'd be cool. With the loss to the running backs, you can stick some guys back there and have a running back by committee, but he doesn't have no O line again. And I know at the beginning of the season he looked to his left and his right and was like, no one's gonna touch me, bro. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing when I'm thinking about like, oh, this is crazy. And when I start to hear or read panic online or from other Chargers fans, like, oh, here go the Chargers again. Yeah, sure, right. We shouldn't have lost these games. We had the lead in both of them, or not versus the Giants. We had the lead versus the Commanders. We should have won versus the Giants. But it's so obvious to me what the reason is, and it's because the offense is just letting the defense get to the quarterback, and you can't. And also that, and not just the quarterback on run plays. The it's not as efficient as it could be when you would have two all pro tackles. Like the difference is like a college team. Like when you're playing NCAA and you just don't have the guys, there's nothing
Yeah,
you can do. There's no play call you can make. There's no amazing quarterback. If you don't have the guys that can get the job done, you're just waiting for the time to run out, for the
yeah.
game to end, collect your check, go home. But that's also what I'm thinking is like, I'm not mad that this is what they had, this is what they're producing with what they have.
With what they have,
You
right?
know, I want to see something happen, but I know you're not trading for a new offensive line. You can't even
Not
release all
not
these
mid, yeah,
guys.
not
The
in this season, during the season.
this is the last two games have been really bad, and I think it's just because these are backups that are in. They're professional athletes, but there's
Still,
limitations. They're
but you
the
get Alt back
Chargers are
soon,
the I
right?
think the all. I mean, he's got a high ankle sprain, so it might be another week, might be another two. Could complications? Maybe they decide to sit him. I don't know.
I think
Uh,
with Alt, I think he's gonna come back soon.
the offense in the last 2 weeks, I think, is the first time an NFL team has recorded under 40% pass block win rate in NFL history. Like, they're just letting people back into the backfield every other play, more than every other play, like more
Hey,
than
come
half the
on, man.
time. No, no, no. I mean,
Don't make me feel good about my Raiders, man.
no, more than half the time. At least you guys got JPJ out there. More than half the time, the Chargers are letting people get to Justin Herbert before he has like more than 2 seconds
Right.
to even sit back there and assess the situation. So I understand why things are going bad. I know there's almost nothing we can do, and I still want to see something done, Joe Ortiz.
It'll
Please.
happen. It'll happen, man. They're gonna have a. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a new formation where you start off just huddled around your quarterback, and then
So many penalties for formation, so many offsides, so many illegal. Oh,
yeah,
and
it's tough.
it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
It is because it's tough to fix those things right away during season because some of these guys haven't been playing with the first team. They haven't been, getting the reps. So now they're getting the reps. It'll slowly come together, like after maybe their second or third game together. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Every game, every week they spend together, every game they fight next to each other, out
right.
there on the football field, they will learn more and be more in sync. I'm just,
It's just
no,
tough for fans because
yeah.
we don't want to. Like, yeah,
Well,
some of
after
us know they're
3 and
gonna
0,
get
the
better, but
expectations.
right. So now you're like, especially because it's like, man, I have to wait for them in the season to get better. That's what the
Yeah,
offseason was for. And I
yeah,
understand some of
yeah.
these fans, but some of these fans are delusional, and I hate it. But whatever.
Wait, what did you say?
I said some of these fans are super delusional, and I
Oh, yeah,
hate
sure,
it.
sure.
And I like
But I get it.
everybody's yeah, I get it. Everybody deserves their opinion. Fine, fine. But I think the Chargers, I think yeah, once they get Joe Alt back, I think they're probably gonna get um Becton back, which will help a lot, especially in the running game.
I,
Um,
I thought he might play tackle, right?
they, they
Because,
they they could push him out. Yeah, they could push him out because he
but
came into the league as a tackle. Wasn't great as a tackle, but he was serviceable. If they get Pipkins back as well early with Becton before they get Joe Alt back, that's still a big help to them.
mm,
So I think that's as a Charger fan
man,
and Charger teammate, that's what you're hoping for right now, and hoping that someone on the San Diego team knows a Samoan for full that can come and help out Hampton.
yo, hey, for real, get a
Hey,
football down there.
I'm telling you guys, if you are in the league right now and you play for San Diego, ask Thule to ask some of his Polynesian people to. And if you don't believe in it, I'm telling you, it works. It works. Samoan
Uh,
for 4, guys.
for the Commanders, Frankie Louvu, 4 total tackles. Let's
Hey
see,
man,
Bobby.
he's having a great year, man, and not just on the field, off the field. If you see a lot of the time he spent with his girlfriend and his son, and I think mom and dad are out there right now. My
Nice.
guy B Dog, auntie and uncle are out there. I know his sister Lucy's been out there. Oh, and then Tyler's out there too. So he's got a whole bunch of support out there in DC. You know, all his
Okay,
boys from out
okay.
there. So he's having a good season both on and off the field. And I think that off the field translates to on the field. He's so comfortable. Uh, Still a man and always about his faith, man. Never forgets to be thankful, be grateful. So love to see it, man. He's having a great season.
All right. For the offense, for the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, 60% of his passes, 231 yards at a passing touchdown, also 8 carries, 40 yards, 39 yards on the ground.
Not bad.
He was wearing that brace on his front knee, so his left knee didn't look like it was bothering him. He didn't look, hindered at all. He was like when he wanted to go, he was moving. I don't think he got sacked once, but he had a 71 QBR. Okay. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt ran all around the
Bro,
Chargers. He had 2 of the easiest stretch touchdowns, untouched.
Will Will
Bro,
had him in our league that me, you, and Will are in together.
yeah.
The other league. And I was looking, I was like, wait, why is he catching up? Then I looked over, I was like, who the hell is that guy?
Who is that guy and who's letting him do this? 14 carries, 111 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 catches for 39 yards. Dang, man.
Definitely his breakout season this year because I think he had like
I think
one
I
couple
think he's
games last year where he was all right.
oh,
Is
I
he a
thought this
rookie
was a
this year?
rookie.
I see exactly. I don't know who he was. So, uh, good season for him. I know good pickup for Will because
Rookie.
yeah. See, Will's having a
I think he's drafted him late. This was a name I'd heard. And then they had that thing where he prefers to be called Bill. So Bill Krosky Merritt was
yeah.
like
Never
a
mind. I
story.
don't like him anymore. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, the
No,
Bill.
never mind.
People were like, your name is hard to pronounce. And then he was like, so people just started calling me Bill.
That's tough,
I
bro.
was like, oh,
Tell him
this
to
is
say
not
your
even
first
close
name,
to your
bro.
name.
Don't tell him to say your first name, man. But
Yeah, so the Chargers
he
lost.
had a
They
good
got
day.
4 games to get it right versus those guys before. I think they played the Steelers and then a couple more division games. Fantasy football moves for the Chargers and Raiders. Martin Hampton is on the injured reserve. Should you pick up Hassan Haskins, Kamani Vidal,
I
Naheem
think Vidal.
Hines?
I
No,
think
no, no,
Vidal.
no, 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 no. Get out. Get out. Trade out. If any, maybe the name Herbert like holds some. There's no, he can't. He threw for 166 yards because
Yeah.
half the time he was on his back. Trade out. I just traded
Yeah.
for Justin Herbert, Omari Hampton, Lad McConkey, hella hard. Now I got to get out. Man. I'm
I'm on
telling
the
you,
other
as a
side of the fence,
Chargers
man.
fan,
Pick up
until the
Vidal, guys.
oh, okay, okay. So yeah, it's so muddy though. He's not Hassan Haskins is the Kamani Vidal did get some carries and looked good, but
He's a bigger
bro,
back. I think he's more of a power back. I think he can hold it up for it. But I have Lad McConkey,
maybe
and I might
Keenan
just see. I
Allen,
might see if I can
Lad,
get something for him.
yeah, Keenan Allen,
Yeah.
because that connection between him and Justin Herbert is good. What's up? I have Geno Smith in a dynasty league. I don't
I do
think I
too, and I
could
just
trade him
benched him.
away.
I just benched him.
I have Daniel Jones, so I benched him like a week or two ago. But I thought I held on to Geno Smith and was thinking like, oh, yup, now he's with the Raiders. Now it's gonna pop. Um,
Look,
are there any other additions or cuts you think should be made for people that
if you
have
haven't picked up
Raiders?
Tucker, you might want to
Oh,
pick up Tucker.
oh, okay.
His usage is going up pretty high. I know guys from last week started picking him up pretty high. Um, Man, I think Michael Mayer might come back earlier than um Brock Bowers. So Michael Mayer might be one of the guys you
Oh,
want to look at picking up because if he does come back before Brock Bowers, he's going to get a lot of that work. He's going to get a lot of
how
that work.
long? How long is Brock Bowers expected to be out? Is he on injured reserve
They
now?
haven't said anything because I think his leg just started hurting, and they were just like, you know what, we're going to rest you. So it might just be like a 1 game rest and see how he feels into the next game because they should have just rested him for 2 games straight instead of forcing him back. Well, I don't think he got forced back. I think he just wanted to play. So Um, and then yeah, other than that, I don't think there's. I know they just signed Alex Buckman to the. He had such high usage during preseason, but I don't see him doing much right now. Be wary of if you own Jacoby Myers. He's also a trade candidate, so you might want to, depending on what team he goes to, if he does get traded before the trade deadline, you might want to trade him or keep him. So keep an eye on that.
Brock Bowers week to week. All right. Other news in week 5 in the NFL. Starting off, I think it was Thursday night football. Rams hosted the 49ers.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
49ers had hella injuries. Brock Purdy had to sit out again. Mac Jones was in there. And they get the win. The Niners are now 4-1. They get like the last second. Whoa, was it a field goal? Oh my gosh.
Tough, man.
This
Gritty team.
overtime. They were in overtime.
Overtime. When people
What?
talk about gritty teams, that's what they're talking about. Like 49ers right now, they're grinding it out, but they're doing it like really well. Like they're killing defense, especially on that last play to stop
Defense, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Fred Warner is absolutely. He's got to be considered at least to be top 5 defenders, not just a linebacker, but top 5 defenders in the league. That guy's lights out, man. Every time he goes out there, that's crazy, man.
Bro.
If they ever trade Max Crosby, I hope they do not trade him to the San Francisco 49ers, because if you have somebody with Max Crosby's motor and Fred Warner's motor on the same team, there's no way. But
so this saw Warner on the Monday Night Football Manning cast. He was there for like the entire third, fourth quarter. So also Mac Jones. Mac Jones throwing up on the field, dry heaving on the sideline, 49 pass attempts. He got knocked around, 70 QBR, finished with 342 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kendrick Bourne, that Patriots connection. Bourne blessed, 11 targets, 10 catches, 142 yards.
It's working. That might be a pickup in fantasy you guys want to make too. Shoot.
Yo, get Kendrick Bourne I feel like as long as Mac Jones is playing, Kendrick Bourne is going to get fed. I don't think they looked at him as much the week before when Brock Purdy came back.
Right.
So I think as long as Mac Jones is the quarterback of the 49ers, you can start Kendrick Bourne at least as your flex. Because I'm looking Kendrick Bourne receiving. He got 4 targets, 1 catch, 17 yards the week before in a loss versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars 4-1, by the way. They beat the Chiefs. That was crazy.
Man, that we'll talk about it.
Mac Jones. Let's play. Guess their first name. Mac Jones.
Macaroni.
Guess his first name.
Macaroni.
His first name is Michael. Mac is short for his middle name, McCorkle. Michael McCorkle Jones. I think that's a family name.
If we were teammates, there's no way in hell I'm not calling him McCorkle.
McCorkle! McCorkle!
Oh
Dak Prescott. Guess his first name.
Man, I had I think his whole name is Dick and Dak.
His first name is Dakota. What?
Okay.
Dakota Prescott. All right. Guess the first name. Puka Nacua.
Big Puka.
Big Puka. Exactly. His first name is Mikhail. And he got Puka exactly how you think he got Puka, because he was a chubby baby and the name stuck.
See, if you're a Polynesian though, Puka there's 2 meanings for Puka. It's mostly round, but so like he was chubby, but that's gonna be a hole. So like if you have a Puka in your underwear, people are gonna let you know in the Polynesian household.
But he was the chubby one. Record-setting start to his career. He's gonna make a lot of money when he gets his extension this offseason. I think he led.
Go ahead.
Oh, good.
He led what?
he led the not led the league. He had the most receiving yards by a rookie in NFL history his first
Oh yeah,
season, 1,486 receiving yards. He also had the most receptions in a single game by a rookie in NFL history, with 15. And then in this game, catches another 10 passes and is has the most catches. What is it, 50 plus?
yeah,
The
something like
most
that.
catches through the first 5 games in NFL history.
Yeah,
So
I was
Puka
just gonna
Nacua,
say that.
no stranger to the record setting book.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say that.
The
I could
record setting book,
like
sorry.
you had the foresight into seeing it. You kept him in your league, even though you were trying to trade him away because you do feel like the pace he's going at, he won't be able to keep up. So of
Right.
course it's fantasy, so you want to get your value for your money, but you also had the foresight to see that after that rookie season, a lot of people probably look at him and probably like, nah, he's not going to keep it up. He's going to be good, but he's not going to keep it up. But it's because he doesn't look like your typical wide receiver. You know what I mean? He looks like a linebacker. That's what he looks like.
Uh,
It looks like a fast tight end. But yeah, not too many people I think expected this to come out of Puka this year. It's great to see. I think, like you said, the way he plays is reckless, but I think he's handled. I think he's good for it. I think it's going to continue on, and I think the records are going to
hmm.
shatter this season for him. I do.
He's like on the list for early retirement, like the Barry Sanders kind of walking off into the sunset. I can see
Right,
him like one contract, two contracts,
like Megatron.
and then just being out because he's like, I just want to go surf
I'm just
and
trying to
have
play. Yep,
babies and
yeah. I just want to
you
play
know
this game as long as I can without getting like seriously hurt, and I'm gonna
right.
go and hang out with my family.
uh I messaged my boy Zach Orem, who is he's up at WSU right now. He's like an athletic trainer, basically almost. He's studying. But he is a big Rams fan, right? And I'm like, as a Rams fan, what are your expectations for Puka? Like what is it like having him really like on your team? And he's talking about, I mean, obviously it's great to have someone this talented and this
Right.
like fiery and like gets you pumped up. But he compared him to Cooper Cup, and like that I thought was a very clear comparison. Like when Cooper Cup bursted out onto the scene, it was unexpected, right? But he was tougher and a lot more athletic and a lot smarter than you probably thought that he
Right.
was. And then Puka being in that same with Matthew Stafford, feeding him the ball is like on the list as possible triple crown winner, right? Most catches, lead the league in reception, lead the league in
Yeah.
yards, lead the league in touchdowns in a single season. So you can have that triple crown kind of like, and I'm talking about, is this more the system like targeting their number one wide receiver, or is Puka always just out there? And he's like, it's more like the quarterback and definitely Sean McVay recognizing the weapon that Puka
Sure.
is, right? But it's a lot more
Sure.
Puka than just, oh, they're just funneling him
Right. I
targets.
think
So
for both guys, like the system definitely helps. Cooper Cup, I think it helped a little bit more because he came from a smaller school, and I think that really like hurt him coming into the league, like as far as draft position and people like looking at Cooper Cup and like what he could do. Because I think come from Eastern Washington, I don't know how many people. I'm pretty sure a lot of people scouting out with him and Kendrick Bourne coming out of there and making noise and that's two wide receivers coming from that school. So at least that their coach there is pretty good coaching wide receivers because those are two guys who produce in the league with Cooper Cup. Also his size. So where were you going to play him at in the slot? So, but for Puka, I think Puka's his build is a lot bigger than Cooper Cup's. Uh, just maybe Cooper Cup's probably a better route runner, more crispy. But as far as catching the ball, man, Puka might just be like his hands
different.
are. Yeah, man, it's different. And I think if he went
I'm
to
just
another system, right now, if he went to another system, if he had gone before that breakout rookie season, it's hard. Like your guy said, it's hard to be recognized if you haven't done anything. Which is crazy because he was really good at BYU,
mhm.
like really good at BYU. So Like, yeah, it's hard that he wasn't recognized because
Yeah,
he
fifth
was
round
really
pick.
good at
That's
BYU.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so I think now that the things that he's done now, I think it's a little easier for him to go to another team,
Mm,
and obviously easier. People are gonna target. I think he'd be good at any system at the moment right now.
right. He's that type of football player that just like goes all out and is also like super athletic.
Yeah, I
Um
will say this hurts me to say, but I don't know what's going on, but I do believe that Devontae Adams is probably a really good influence on him over there, just with some of the things that he can teach Puka. They're kind of like same build, you know what I mean? Just
mm,
and so like I think Devontae Adams is probably one of the best route runners to ever play the game in that position. So I think he might be learning a
I
little from Devontae.
feel like Puka might be even a little thinner, like more raily than
Then
Devontae.
yeah, yeah,
Devontae, like at the line of scrimmage, I could see Devontae having like the big Superman shoulders,
yeah,
whereas Puka's like Loki could like you could miss him if you're not like if you're looking for like a bigger receiver, he's could get through, and I don't know.
for sure.
Uh, Another thing about the Rams, do you feel like the Rams are threatening, or I mean they had some close losses. I think they lost to the Eagles because they a last second kick, and then they lost to
Yeah.
the
I
Niners
think they're
in
one of
this
those
game.
teams that are like right on the fringe. Like I think they can make playoffs if they clean those things up, and it's early enough that they can, and they're not like glaring issues. Like again, when you talk about like the Raiders or the Texans, I mean the Texans, the Titans, New York, like there's glaring problems here, and more than one. And I think with the Rams, they don't have as many issues, and they're not that big. So yeah, I like the Rams. And like you said, I think they're in the hunt. I think they're surging. I like the Rams.
The Seattle Seahawks got in a fight with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold slinging it. Um,
Slinging it. Gunslingers.
I think the Bucks come away with the win in Seattle. Sam Darnold, is Sam Darnold available in any of your leagues? Would you
I think he
start
still
Sam
is.
Darnold? Like, I mean, I get some
Uh,
injuries. Like if you had Lamar or something.
you know what? I wouldn't be afraid to start him because I think he at least gets you 19
Damn.
points.
Yeah.
I think he does because he's been given the opportunity to throw. He's got two good running backs behind him, so the pressure is not all on him. So he's got Kenneth Walker back there and
Mhm.
Charbonnet. So I think those guys give him a little bit more of an edge as far as not being targeted and not being asked to do everything. So he can go out there and be a little bit more comfortable than some of the guys who are playing quarterback right now on other teams. Example, Justin Herbert, who has to go out there and run the ball, throw the ball, catch the ball, intercept the ball, tackle people.
Dude.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I definitely would buy Sam Darnold if you're in the hunts for a quarterback. If you're comfortable with your quarterback right now, and if you have anybody like Lamar Jackson, Pat Holmes, even Caleb Williams, I think you're good. So, yeah. But if
So
you don't have,
the next four games for the Seahawks are at Jacksonville Jaguars, home versus the Houston Texans, who have Derek Stingley, at Washington, who have Marshawn Lattimore, not really a rush, and then the home versus the Cardinals. Oh, and then at Rams. Okay,
yeah,
so
see, that's a 4 game stretch where you can really look at Sam Darnold and think he's gonna put up some pretty decent numbers against some of those secondaries. So Washington, they're playing a little really good defense right now, so he might have some kind of rubs there. But I think the rest of those guys, even with Stingley playing pretty good this year for the Texans, um, I don't think you'll have too much of a problem with the Texans. Who, by the way, CJ Stroud started for me this weekend, got me decent points.
oh, CJ Stroud,
Yeah,
nice. Dylan Gabriel,
no,
quarterback for the Cleveland
no,
Browns,
no.
making the start in London versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, who benched Jordan Addison for the first quarter, end up throwing the ball to him for the game winning touchdown, 21-17. Um, Dylan Gabriel. Look at the
Good for
stats.
them, man.
19 of 33, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but he did substandard 39 QBR. Quinshawn Judkins, 23 carries, 110 yards. David Njoku was the leading receiver, 9 targets, 6 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Did you like what you saw from Dylan Gabriel?
I did, man. He didn't like overplay anything, just went in there, did his job. And then there's been
Yes.
like a lot of talk about him. And it's not his fault. It's not Shadur's either. It's just the guy who is. Now with Flacco being traded though, there's gonna be a certain like uh microscope put on both of those guys now. So like as soon as Dylan Gabriel does something wrong, it's gonna be, oh, let's start Shadur. You know what I mean? Like, so it's gonna be tough on him. But I like the game that he played this week. He didn't, like we just said, he didn't do anything out of scope. He played exactly what he was supposed to. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. That's what he did.
And that, I think, that competency is exactly what the Browns are asking for. Just run it and don't lose us the game.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. What else we got? Undefeated no more. The Eagles. The Eagles lost to the Broncos. We had them on upset alert. You said the Patriots could beat the Bills. They do that on Sunday Night Football. Which one of these teams are you more worried about? The formerly 4-0 Bills or the formerly 4-0 Eagles?
Right now, the Eagles, because of the off-field or not off-field, sorry, off-field situation that they're going through right now with their 3 stars, who supposedly had a meeting after the game and have talked some things through.
Which 3? The top 3 stars?
The top 3 stars for the Eagles: AJ Green, Saquon Barkley, and Justin. No, that's not his name. Not even Justin.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. You say AJ Green, AJ Brown, AJ Yellow.
Oh, see, AJ Green was better. Whatever the color is, man. But yeah.
And then, so you're leaving out Devontae Smith or any defensive players? No.
I'm clear on what I said, except for the names that I got wrong. But yeah, they had a meeting. Supposedly they worked some things out. But I'm still like, if you have any locker room issues, it's more worrisome to me after a loss, because it's like maybe those things are coming to, they're floating to the top now of the cup of problems that you have. Oh, hey, my niece. Yeah, I think when you have stuff like that and they start arising like that after a loss, even if you talked it out, like, it's weird. Like,
yeah.
I get some of the
bad vibes.
Right. I get some of the issues AJ Brown has with, like, you want to be comfortable somewhere. And even though at 4-0, sometimes you'll still feel a little alienated. And I know guys like Seth Jordan have come on and be like, you should just be happy they're 4-0. Bro, you're retired. Sit at home, watch the games. You be happy that they're 4-0. He's still playing, and he's got to play with these guys every day. You know what I mean? Like, let him be comfortable where he's at.
Okay, would you rather be on an undefeated team doing a little bit less than your potential, or would you want to be on like a so-so team where you are getting the ball 10 times a game?
Dad.
Oh, also Nora's here.
I want to be there with Nora. That's where I want to be.
Hi, Uncle Forrest says hi. We're talking about football. Do you want to watch football?
Yeah.
You want to watch football?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. She hates when it's football day. She's like, no, come on, that's enough.
That's funny.
We got her. We're just changing the content now. We're going to parents.
And then I gone to school, Uncle Forrest.
She went to
school. Oh my god!
She is going to half a day once a week, and it's Tuesdays.
Man, that sounds like my high school days.
Oh, that's so funny.
Is it so funny?
Oh,
she can't hear you.
I know.
She's just cues.
She knows I'm funny.
Can you say goodbye? Can you say see you later, everybody?
See you later, everybody.
Okay.
We love you.
Yeah, thank you. Close the door, please.
To answer your question, that's tough, man. Because as a player, I think
She's
I've
staying
always
in the
been
room.
I've always been. I know. I've always been that player. She's like, "Hello."
I will
Look
close
out.
the door. It is loud out there for us.
It's too funny. As a player, I think I'd sit by. I think I'd rather get the catches right now. But when I was growing up, I was definitely that guy that at 4-0, I was like, man, I'm gonna do whatever I can to stay 4-0. But it's I don't know, it's different now for a lot of guys. And
It's like I'm wasting years of my prime.
look, he's also a guy who's been very, very public about his uh his mental health issues that he had before, how he got through that, and just how, things like that. And again, different day and age, and it's important to him. And I think it's 4-0 is cool, but they already won a championship. I mean, maybe now he wants to be more involved in winning the
Yeah.
championship. So
Okay.
yeah, but
All right.
also Devontae Smith has also come out and said he's unhappy with the quarterback play, with getting the ball and everything. So I
Like
mean,
the lack
could
of
it be a
targets.
Jalen Hurts issue? Yeah. So,
Maybe.
but
I
I think
mean,
it's more play
sure.
calling wise. Yeah, I think it's
They're
more play
not
calling
playing
wise
to their
because
max potential. Like they're not
not
getting
yet,
that
not yet.
that type
Yeah,
of production, and they that's not how the team is winning games. They threw for
right.
40 times, they lost. They never did that before. They won all the other games, so run the ball
That's
more.
true.
But that's another thing. The Eagles might be bad. Like their offensive line got hurt in the first week, and it's still taking time to recover. They're not the dominant run game that we think they are. So Saquon might be a little hurt. You got a treat and you're back. Yeah, so I think we might need to move off of the Eagles. And
Think
maybe
so?
this loss versus that, maybe this loss
I
is
don't think Nora thinks so. But look, what would be a crazy trade though is if they traded AJ Brown to the Bills, and then he gets his catches there, but he also knows how to throw the football.
oh,
So that'd be crazy. That'd
that's
be
a good one.
crazy, and they could get like some offensive help on the line from the
Mhm.
Bills. We'll see.
Any shout outs for this week?
Shout out to Nora, man, for always being solid, man. A great listener to our program, and always, a participant in everything that we do there. So I love it. See, that's the kind of listeners that we love to have. Very interactive, always part of the group, man. Hi. So we love
Shout
to
out to
see it.
Nora.
We
See,
love to
we
see
heard
it.
you. We heard you. Yeah, shout out to Levasa Island Apparel, www.levasaislandapparel.com at le_Vasa. Shout out to Uncle Eri. Shout out to Uncle Forrest. Shout out to niece Nora. We got a Super Kitty outfit. Bro, it was the
Oh,
last Super Kitty outfit at that Spirit
oh.
Halloween, and it was the one that she wanted. It was
What
perfect.
color? Is
I'll,
it blue?
I'll show you the picture. I'll show you the picture.
Oh,
She's gonna be Bitsy from Super Kitties, and I have to be Buddy, and her
I
mom
knew it.
has
I was just
to
about to ask. Yes.
be. So
Yes.
Halloween's coming up. Oh, Polynesian Halloween costumes. With
Folks,
any ideas or
any ideas?
what's your
Lance
go-to?
just told me like he said he would die laughing. I would die laughing. I might consider it too, depending on where we go for Halloween. But if any of you decide to dress up as Elder TikTok, please send us a picture, send us a video, tag us in the video. We'd love to see it. Not to give more headaches to my guy. You know what I mean? I hope he's doing okay right now. But come on, man. It's a teachable
No.
moment. It's a teachable moment and it's funny. So, we're Polynesians. Of course, we're gonna make fun of you. Come on, man. Uh,
Do you
but
see
yeah,
anybody in the Maui or Moana costumes?
I will slap people in a Maui and Moana
No.
costume if you're not Polynesian. I'm done
You
with
gotta
it.
be Polynesian
I'm
to
done
wear
with
them.
it. You
What
gotta
if
be
you really
Polynesian to
like
wear.
Moana
Then,
and you're not a brown?
uh, hey, find some go be Elsa.
You gotta do some appreciation, not just appropriation.
Go be Elsa. Uh, but yeah, nah. If your kid decides she wants to be Moana or your kid wants to be Maui, I think that's cool. I think it's really cool that the kids like would want to be that and they don't see like not that they don't see, because I do wish that they do see how different we are, but I want to also them to see that as different as we are, they can still, be friends. We can still emulate us. But if you're grown and you go out, if you're grown and I see you in a Maui costume or a grass skirt,
It's over.
I'm gonna put my foot to your ass.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys for tapping in to the Ballinesian podcast here on the Polytickin Network. Shout out to the uncle. Wait, hold on. I have to say the words. Are you eating on the bed? Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay balling, love and light. Peace.
Please go Raiders.